Welcome everyone to the 11-day reset info session. I am so honored to be one of your hosts tonight. And I just invite you to take a moment right now. Because maybe you're burnt out, brain fogged, sore, stiff, slow, lethargic, sleepless, anxious, depressed, sick, uncertain, ambivalent, watching people pass away younger, watching people suffer in pain as they get older. And we're not here to bum you out tonight, but we just get it because unfortunately, it's become so normalized. And tonight you're about to discover how to make optimizing your body and mind simple. This is your gateway to leading edge innovation combined with conscious selection and sourcing of the cleanest ingredients, allowing people just like you and me to find their way to increased regeneration, detoxification, longevity, and overall performance. And that's exactly how I felt 5.5 years ago. I was successful on the outside, running multiple businesses, had rental properties, traveling the world. But the truth is, on the inside, I was exhausted. I was so burnt out and I didn't know where to turn. I had grown up with a father who was a holistic health practitioner. And so I had always been exposed to different holistic options, ways of eating, all of that to comprise what we call well-being. But at the end of the day, when I got to that point, the low of lows, I didn't know where to turn. And what I realized is I had made things so complicated in my life. I had tried too many things and tried to maintain too many things. And that's when I realized that the real key to longevity was simplicity and consistency. And that's when I was able to just change a few things in my foundational wellness and what I was doing day to day, it made the world of a difference because it didn't matter what part of the world I was in, what hours I was working, how many places I needed to be, or how many talks I needed to give. I always had what I needed to not just survive, but thrive. And that's really what we're going to do here tonight is we're going to show you how biohacking can be easy. We're going to make it accessible and sustainable so that you can experience greater vitality, energy, and focus, just like I didn't know was possible 5.5 years ago. But before we get into biohacking and why you should even try it, I invite us to take a really honest look at where we are and where we've been, because I truly believe that's the only way that we can make a conscious choice about our future. And if you're looking up at the screen right now, the data is pretty grim. Chances are you or someone you know falls into one of these 5 categories or will inevitably fall into one. I mean, it doesn't seem right, does it? You're not alone in struggling to feel your best. According to Science Daily, 95% of the world's population has health problems, with over a third of them having over 5 ailments. And when I hear stats like that, and when I look back to how I felt not too long ago, it really drives me crazy. It really upsets me. And it makes zero sense to why we're living longer than ever, yet we're sicker than we've ever been. And I get it. We're responsible for our own choices. And maybe you're making an effort in your own life, trying some new things, but at the same time, it's an uphill battle. We live in a world where rapid advancement over the last 100 years has come at a very steep price. If you just read some of the facts on this screen, it's no wonder why so many people are suffering from toxic overload. We went from thousands of years of processing naturally occurring foods to now our environment, water, everything. We are expected to process poisons, and all of this leads to stress on our system. And while we're talking about stress, guess what stress causes? Inflammation. And when the body is inflamed and can't process toxins, as we've seen, bad things happen. And why wouldn't you be stressed, my friends? It's a wild world out there. I mean, when we look at some of the major contributions to the way we feel this way, it's no wonder that we are struggling to not only maintain our mental and physical health, but actually find that zest of vie, that excitement, that enthusiasm that life is meant to have. And although it's really important for us to speak truth into what's going on in the world and what's going on in our own lives and how we feel about our own health, it wouldn't be enough to just talk about the problems. We're really here tonight to talk about solutions, because right now there is a massive uprising of people who are fighting out against the current system and taking ownership of their own physiology. And that brings us back to the word biohacking, which ultimately is the art and science of changing the environment around you and inside of you so that you have more control over your own biology. And that's exactly what this 11-day reset is. It is your guide to mastering biohacking at home by combining foundational nutrition, detox, and experimenting with new modalities. Because one thing we know is that well-being is just as unique as you are. And if you aren't able to throw yourself into a new environment and discover what works for you, you may end up being in the exact same place as you are right now. And there is someone who is such an inspiration to my life, who I've had the honor to work side by side with over the last couple of years. And I'm so excited to invite Dr. Brenda Roche up here to share her story and what she's seeing in her profession now more than ever.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Oh, I just so appreciate you. So I'm Dr. Brenda, but you can call me Brenda. And before, I've been doing this healthy lifestyle for over 5.5 years now, almost 6 years. And before I found this sustainable, healthy lifestyle, I was an overweight, disconnected, unhappy, exhausted, workaholic grandmother, mother, and wife. I was working 110 hours a week between a private practice and a hospital as a neuropsychologist, which I still work as. I do not put that many hours in, however, anymore, which thank the Lord. I was burnt out. And, I just didn't have any balance in my life at all. And I had tried everything that was out there and jumped on every fad and tried everything, tried to eat, clean and do all that. And I just could never find something that really worked. I was a yo-yo dieter. And I saw my friend Beth and her transformation. And I said no to her for 6 months because I had all the reasons why it wasn't going to work now and all the timing wasn't right, all those things, right? Which maybe some of you are thinking about right now. But after 6 months, I took a chance on me. And it was after I did my research and looked at the science that was behind these products. They spend over, Isogenic spends over $3 million on third-party testing of the quality and the purity of what goes into our products. So I felt very comfortable at that point that what was on the label was actually in the container that I was putting in my body. But still, to be frank and honest, I still thought, well, if nothing else, I'm going to get 30 days of free food, right? And get my money back, because nothing else had ever worked for me. I was a yo-yo dieter. But really looking at it, some of the diets, I would lose weight on them, but I always felt awful. I had no energy. I lost my hair. I always gained all of that weight back, plus 20 of the friends would come along with it. I had tried everything. But what those other things did not have was they didn't have the community. Well, they didn't have the research either and the backing and the quality products, but they didn't have the community. They didn't have the accountability and support that this system provides. And this 11-day is even going to provide even more than what we can do on a typical system that I came in regards to that. So I got my box and I felt amazing. Within a couple weeks, I didn't really realize how bad I felt until I felt better. And I had the support of this community, people that had the same goals that were there cheering me on, but also holding me accountable. And that was some of the biggest factors, along with the quality of the products that we put into your body. Because if you don't put them in, you're not really going to get much either, right? In 8 months with no exercising, I lost 65 pounds, but I felt good the whole time I was doing it. And then I started working out could keep up with the young people. But what was most exciting was when my 9-year-old grandson at the time called and asked me to go to Steep World with him and do wall climbing, because he now saw me as a person who was healthy enough to do that with him. Before that, he would have never even thought about giving me a call because he would have known I couldn't have done it. Fast forward now, 90 pounds down, which I lost in the first 12 months, maintained that for over 5 years. But my body composition continues to change. My body fat continues to go down. My lean muscle mass continues to go up. I have more energy than I have ever had. I've had significant improvement in my skin and my mood and my physical health. My sleep is better. I have increased confidence. I feel better in my skin. And probably most important to me is my relationships have improved, and I found an amazing community. I've gone through one of the most stressful times in my life 4 years ago tomorrow. My granddaughter, right before her 16th birthday, took her own life. This community was there. No one else at my JOB was there. This community was there. That's what well-being is about. It's that community. It's that sense of community. It's a sense that we're in this together, and it's not one thing. It's so much more than weight loss. It's so much more than weight loss. I just need to say that. It is amazing. And on top of that, I'm 59, just turned 59 in September. I've completed 15 triathlons. Yes, 15 triathlons over the last 3 years because of the nutrition that I can put in my body. Over these 11 days, as you can see on this screen, what's going to be amazing is the accountability, the education that we're going to be able to provide you. We have put together an amazing program. I can't wait to learn from everyone. And it's experts that are going to provide guidance and support and education in small groups so that you can really have that community sense and that support and that accountability. And these, as you look on here, these are just some of the topics that we're going to be covering while you nourish your body with this incredible nutrition. Because for us to really optimize our health, it starts with foundational nutrition. And then we add all of these other layers, these healthy habits and activities and modalities into our life to really up level our well-being. And you can see some of these. We're going to be talking about mindfulness and self-awareness, intuitive eating, cellular health, which is huge, breath work, gut health, all of these things. I'm not going to read everyone because you all can read. It's going to be totally amazing, because what I see in my day-to-day practice right now is these are the things that people just don't know how to do. We're not teaching social emotional development in schools anymore. So our kids are not getting that. Families are all busy, so they're running and they're getting fast food and all this processed food like Jen was talking about with all these toxins. So our kids' microbiomes and our family microbiomes are so out of whack that we need to get back to the basics about what we're doing, what we're putting in our body first off, giving ourselves true nutrition, and then adding these layers of other things. Wouldn't this be amazing if we had families doing these things together in the evening instead of sitting all of us on our wireless things, right? All of that. I mean, that is my goal. If I can get as many families doing these things, because this can be done by kids. Let's get our families getting healthy together. If we get our families healthy together, we get our communities healthy together. That's my goal. And so I can't wait for you to join these 11 days of accountability support to really get our bodies to where they need to be and our minds. And Jen, if you want to switch to the next one, but why isogenics, you might say? Can't we just do this without it? Well, you can try. I tried for years. It never worked because it wasn't simple, it wasn't proven, and it wasn't natural. Isogenics is simple, it's proven, and it's natural, and it just works. And we add in all of the other layers, and you will be amazed with how your body and your mind and your life and your community will just up level. So now I will send it back to Jen to introduce our next amazing speaker that is going to rock your world as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brenda, and thank you for bringing your professional lens into that. When you and I were talking, we've talked quite a bit recently. We were just talking about how right now, like one of the things we're seeing around the world is a loneliness crisis. And so I really thank you for bringing a little bit of scope to that tonight, and for just allowing us the opportunity to imagine what it would be like for us to be able to get healthier as a family. And one of the women that I am so inspired by, not only the way she shows up at work, but also how she shows up as a mom, is my beautiful friend, Megan Bismarck, who I'm going to welcome to share her story with you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. And Brenda, your story just blows me out of the water every time I hear it. It's like just hearing it for the first time again. And I would just love, I'm sending you so much love, Brenda, but if we can just send her some love in the chat right now, just a simple heart, I would absolutely, that would make my day. So my name is Megan Bismarck. I am a girl mom of 3. I coach cheerleading. We literally just got home. So Brenda talking about busy life. Hello, that is me right here. Also wanting to put up my Christmas tree after this, and I will figure out how to do it. So anyways, I came into this beautiful, amazing company and community with our collagen elixir product. So what you don't see here in this picture is I had fine lines, wrinkles, acne scarring, everything all over my face. And I got to try our amazing collagen elixir. Within 30 days, my face had transformed. And at the 90-day peak time for collagen, I was like night and day. I was a walking billboard for collagen. So I obviously wanted to take a look at the other products that were here. And 2 of my amazing friends were like, hey, you got to try the shakes. Hey, you should try these systems. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I am not a shake person. Do not push your shakes on me. Like, I'm just very clear. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but I was like, do not push the shakes on me. So as you can see here in this photo, simple, proven, natural products that taste amazing, which I actually just had one of our energy bites. This is chocolate peanut butter chip that you can have on cleanse day. Phenomenal, better than Reese's peanut butter cups. Okay, guys. But I had an amazing transformation. So when I talk to people, I show people this before and after picture, and I'm like, about how much weight, and you guys can put it in the chat. It's not going to offend me because I've heard all the numbers. How much weight do you think I've lost between those 2 photos that are up there? And I'll give you guys a second and see if any numbers come across. But I'm just going to tell you there's about 5 pounds in between those 2 pictures. And that is because what you're looking at is inflammation. And unfortunately, inflammation holds on our body. And, you know, people would be like, well, is that like a skinny fat thing? That's unhealthy, right? You can look that way, but it's unhealthy, right? So if Jen can actually switch over to the next slide, I just want to talk about why this is a simple system and why this is easy to follow and why we don't just have people doing an 11-day and not doing it again, because it's simple, it tastes good, and these are the foundational products. So what you guys just saw was me releasing inflammation. Obviously, I released the 5 pounds too, right? But inflammation, and that comes from our Cleanse for Life product. Now, again, Brenda was like, well, why Isogenics? Why Isogenics is our Cleanse for Life product is actually an aloe and turmeric-based cleanse. So if you're just water cleansing, you're really just moving toxins from different organs in your body. We're using an aloe and turmeric-based cleanse. You're actually flushing the toxins out of your body through urination. So yes, this is number 1, not a number 2 cleanse, which I absolutely love to talk about. And once you hit that 24-hour fasted window state, you're actually, just like Dr. Brenda had talked about, you're actually rebuilding your gut microbe, which is so amazing. And once you hit this 36-hour mark for our cleanse, you're actually going to be tapping into the stored fat. So you're burning fat. And once you're going to hit a 48-hour cleanse, yes, we're going to do a 48-hour cleanse, but remember, you're going to have your supported snacks that taste amazing. you are actually going, it's such an amazing mood boost. I will tell you, it will reboot you. And that's what I do if I'm having my down days. Okay. Our second most amazing foundational product, which again, I told you guys, I would never drink a shake, is our shakes. Okay. These are so superior because it's not about what you're eating as it's what you're absorbing. Okay, so these are, you can use it as a meal replacement. You can use it as protein for after your workout. My kids, just like Dr. Brenda was actually saying, my kids drink the shakes as well. Okay, so why this? Just like she said, we spend so much money testing from the raw goods to the finished material. And this is undenatured whey from New Zealand. So if you cannot have whey, we also do have plant-based options, which are really, really good. And the flavor is amazing. Do yourself a favor and blend your shake. It's like a milkshake, okay? And our third foundational product is our adaptogen elixir. This really is key, okay? This is very, very, very key. Not only just, you know, the environmental stress that we have going on, but just the stress and everything of the world right now. Just know that you are not alone. And this product is, yes, we have a community, but this product is something that you're going to want to keep near and dear to yourself because this is going to help lower your cortisol level. And we know once you lower your cortisol level, life becomes so much better. Okay, so much better. So now you're like, these foundational products are absolutely great. So can you give me a little bit more? Okay, so we're going to be following an 11-day reset. And the reason we're going to follow it is just for the exact reasons that I just said to you with each cleansing phase. We really want you to not only, yes, release weight, get rid of toxins, but we overall want you to live a better, holistic life. We want you to have energy. And what better way to have energy going into the busiest season, right? The holiday seasons for the last 2 months of the year, than to be rebooted and re-energized. So this will start on Saturday, November 11th. And if you can take a look, it's going to be 11 days. So we'll end on Tuesday, November 21st. So we're going to have you looking good and feeling good right before Thanksgiving. And we give you that extra day just in case you're someone who travels. Actually, I'd love to know, drop me a number 1 in the chat if you're someone who travels for Thanksgiving, because I'm just curious. So how this is going to work is we're going to start off with 2 shake days. And what you're going to do is you're going to consume 2 of our shakes. You get to pick your flavors. We have so many amazing flavors. And then you're still going to eat your fork to knife meal. Okay. The third day and fourth day, we're going to go into our cellular detoxing cleansing, which I told you is going to be the aloe turmeric drink. We're going to have this all laid out for you, and we're going to walk you through step by step, but you will drink the cleanse 4 times a day and have the supported snacks that you want. And every single day, we are going to have that adaptogen because we really do want to lower the stress and overall be happy and have energy. Followed by that is we're going to do multiple shake days right in a row, and then we're going to end with a double cleanse. Now, if you are someone who is like, okay, I'm a woman, right? Men, okay, but if you're a woman and you want to follow an alternative cleansing protocol, we can guide you on exactly how to do that based on your hormones, which is so amazing because we know that women are a little bit different than men. And now you're probably like, okay, tell me a little bit more. Maybe you're totally invested. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, is this really just for weight loss or what is it? So you're going to sleep better. You're going to have an amazing, beautiful outlook on life. Yes, we're going to release the toxins. You are going to be someone that people are energetically going to want to be around. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm just being honest. When I am cleansing, everybody comes up to me and they're like, I need the energy that you have. You're going to have this radiant energy. You're going to get things done. You're going to be able to put up the Christmas tree. You're going to be dropping the kids off. You're going to be doing all the things, and it is going to reset yourself, but it's really going to bring you back to that humble being right before the holidays. So now I'm going to pass it back to my beautiful friend, Jen, and thank you so much for allowing me to be on tonight.
Oh, so amazing. And thank you for going through all of that. It really is that simple when you combine foundational wellness with accountability support. We know that simplicity, like I said at the beginning, and consistency are the two keys to success. So on the screen right now, you're going to see the good, better, and best options. So you can have the baseline, just the foundational products we talked about. Maybe you want to take it up a notch, or maybe you're doing this with your spouse. And so we have a pack that's going to give you everything you need. Or maybe you want more snacks. You want to extend this through the 30 days. So whoever invited you here tonight is going to be able to help you customize the foundational wellness to suit your needs. And it's going to be delivered right to your door. Once you get those products, you're going to be added into an accountability pod where you're going to have all of the information, instructions, and support that you need to really maximize your results over the next 11 days. And if this sounds like it's something that might excite you, I invite you to just try, because everything you do has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Or if you're really excited and this is something that you know is required in your life right now, I invite you to grab 2 of your own accountability partners to join you in that pod, because the reality is life is easier when you're healthy. Life is easier when you're able to focus. Life is easier when you feel good in your body. Life is easier when you aren't aching and in pain all the time. Life is easier when you have energy. And the ability to have those things occurring in your life are simply a function of choices that you make physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And now we find ourselves at the end of what hopefully is your new beginning. And so all that's next is for you to get back with the person who invited you here and get set up for our 11-day reset. And the truth is, if you decide not to do this thing, it's okay. All we ask is you please do something, because we know that this world is changed one person at a time who is not only healthy, but happy in their own life. So thank you so much for giving us 30 minutes of your time today. And we're so excited to see you and do this 11-day reset with you. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful night.